When I started my spiritual journey, I would get into meditation, and all I wanted from my spirit guides were the answers to everything my little ego desired. I wanted to know how I could build a successful business. I wanted to know how I could make as much money as possible, how I could create the biggest impact, how I can manipulate every aspect of my life to get everything that I thought I wanted. And the answers that I would get from them were always the same, and they were always extremely infuriating. The answer that I consistently got was love. Love. Just love yourself. Just love what is. Just embrace and accept all that is as it is without the need for more. And this drove me absolutely bonkers because I didn't understand how just loving myself would allow me to access all the things that I wanted to get and create in this lifetime. I've come a long way since then. And now I actually understand why they were telling me that over and over and over again. And I have been recently speaking with Archangel Metatron to see if he could explain to me in a much more tangible way why this is. Why the energy and vibration of love actually lends itself to greater manifestation potential. A lot of what he said was a lot more nuanced than I've heard anywhere else. So I thought I would share it with all of you. So the understanding that most of us have is that you have to raise your vibration. And in raising your vibration, you attract things that are a vibrational match. And if you want to attract things that are a vibrational match for something that you are not currently experiencing energetically, then it's up to you to elevate your vibration to call that in. That's not 100% accurate. On this planet, as we're living our lives out as humans, we see ourselves as separate from one another. But that is an illusion of the truth. The truth is that we are actually all connected and we are everything. We are composed of everything. And so on a spiritual level, you are connected with everything and therefore you are made up of everything. But vibrationally and energetically, the truth of who you are is love. You vibrate at a frequency of unconditional love. And so you are in acceptance of everything and of all that you are at your core. Because each of our souls has had unique experiences in our lifetimes, we each vibrate at a very unique frequency. It is still one of love and acceptance, but because we've each had unique experiences of ourselves and of the world and everything, we vibrate at our unique understanding and interpretation of love and acceptance. And so we each have a unique energetic frequency, which is kind of like a fingerprint. And that's how you can differentiate one soul from another, is that each soul vibrates with a unique frequency. It is the frequency of love and acceptance, but it is unique to that individual soul. So at your core, the truth of who you really are energetically is your own unique vibration of love, unconditional love. The truth of who you are never changes. You are love. You are a unique vibration of unconditional love, and that will never change. It is your interpretation of your energy that changes. And that is the vibration that you are emitting. It is not your truth, it is your interpretation of it. So we are born on this planet and you grow up and you go through life and you are taking everything in as a baby and a child. You are taking in your own experiences. You are taking in the experiences of the adults in your life and of your caregivers. You're watching them. You're watching what they say, how they feel, how they interact with the world. And then you're taking in your own experiences and you're putting all of this together and you're walking through this world with your own unique kind of goggles. And these goggles represent your worldview that has been created based around your unique experiences. And so these goggles are colored with your interpretation of the world and yourself according to your own life experiences. And that interpretation is not necessarily the truth of who you are. It is the illusion through which you are seeing the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just your experience. This interpretation does not affect you. It affects the energy that is emitted through you, and it affects how you see the world and how the world sees you, or your interpretation of the world and the world's interpretation of you. But it does not affect you at your core fundamental level. You stay the same. You are love. So you're moving through life, viewing yourself and the world around you through the lens of who you are interpreting yourself to be. And this is the frequency that's emitted day to day. But it's not the truth of the frequency of who you really are. And so your work becomes seeing through the illusion of who you have believed yourself to be. And this is going to require unraveling the illusion of fear, of doubt, of shame, of lack of self-worth, because that's not the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is unconditional love and acceptance. And so this unconscious biased interpretation of you is dictating your energetic frequency on a day-to-day, and that's going to fluctuate. Some days you might feel better than others, and that's going to dictate your manifestation potential in that specific moment. And I would argue that we are always manifesting because you're always emitting an energetic vibration and frequency. And so everything in your life, everything that you possess, every thought that you think, every emotion that you feel, every relationship that you have, every experience that you have is an indication of your biased interpretation of how you feel, and it is a result of your own manifestation potential. And so if there's something in your life that you do not desire to have, but that is currently present for you, it is up to you to not necessarily change your vibration or elevate your vibration, but rather see through the illusion of who you believe yourself to be and come back to the truth of who you are, which is love. To love yourself unconditionally. That is the truth of who you are, and that is how you're going to tap into the full potential of you. And I want to be very clear. There's nothing wrong with fear. There's nothing wrong with self-doubt. There's nothing wrong with not feeling worthy. It is your biased belief that those things are wrong and that they do mean something less than about you that is the illusion. Because who you really are sees all of those things as just fine. They're perfect just the way they are. You love them all unconditionally. And so this comes down to loving yourself, all aspects of you, not just the ones you deem to be better than, but loving all parts of you unconditionally. And that is, I believe, how you are going to tap into your full manifestation potential and the truth of who you really are. It's love.